So could you fill us in a little bit, D Blaze?
Um, with the entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah,
Okay, it was well, it's kind of two YouTube channels that I guess we watch or whatever. It was
yeah,
Boyce and Watkins and Yvette Cornell, and they was well, Boyce is about black entrepreneurship is like can close that gap, and Yvette is on the side where she don't really think that can help. If you want to say that, but yeah, it was basically was just building off that and trying to get see what we think about it. Will it
mm-hmm.
help or will it move forward? Is it progress or our thoughts on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Well, who wants to start? Because I've seen both sides of it. And I listen to both sides, and I've been thinking about both sides. And I know for her, that wealth gap, and especially as they define wealth, being the ownership of assets, not money, because they're looking at that as two different things. And I know one side, Yvette Cornell and folks like her, not just her, but other people like her, say, we don't have any, assets. We don't own any land. We don't own any manufacturing facilities. Those kind of things. That's what they're looking at as wealth. Whereas on the other side, voices like, look, get off the, white people's plantations, stop working for them, and start building that wealth. Start built by, and the only way to do that is by, creating your own, you know, castle or kingdom or business, as he calls it. That way you can be free of, you know, white supremacy and the white control over your economic future and your destiny. And you have something to begin to build, for the future, for yourself and for your children, because you can, as he always says, you can't pass down a job, but you can pass down a business. So those seem to be like the
What?
two. Go ahead.
No, no, I'm just commenting that you couldn't pass down a job, but you can pass down a business. But
Hmm.
I beg to differ on that one. But but go ahead, you go ahead.
Go ahead. No, that's why we're talking about it. Go ahead.
No, I mean, you can pass down a business, but also I'm in the city of Chicago. Everybody knows, the name Chicago, whatever. And,
Hmm.
and it's all about. My father always taught me growing up. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know, and that's how it is here in Chicago.
Oh, definitely.
Every job. When I say every job, I worked at the stock market. I work for Ford right now. I was a line tech, uh, engineer tech for Comcast. Even when I was in high school, even when I was a caddy, when I was 12 years old, 11 years old, every job I received, either someone recommended me or someone got me in there. Every single job,
Right.
you know,
Right.
uh, I've ever had, and then vice versa. My father's he's in the school district. I got people I went to high school, went to college with. Like, hey, can can you hook me up? You know what I'm saying? Can you
Right.
talk to
Right.
your peoples? So I like,
Right.
yeah, I talk to them. Bam, bada down. You know the person, they cool. Yeah, they cool. Bam, they got a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So if you have people in those different positions to actually look out for us, you can hand down a job. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It can be
Hmm.
done. You know,
Hmm.
because the others they do it all the time.
Right.
They hand down jobs to family members and relatives and things like that all the time. So you can hand down a job. Technically, you can. But you have to have your people in those positions to actually do that. So
Right.
so that's just my thoughts about
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, no, that's a good point too. I
right,
mean, it does happen, all the time and often.
right,
That's the way it works. I can think back on my own employment career, and think about all the times I've been recommended, or like you said, got the hookup
right.
um, throughout my employment career. So yeah, I do agree with it in that sense, and having black people who have a sense of taking care or looking out for each other, would be helpful in terms of securing future employment. Um, so yeah, I agree with that. What do you think, D. Blaze?
Yeah, I agree, but we will have to I guess have more people in those positions in order to be able to hand out the jobs. I guess because I mean where I'm at is I mean it's a couple black owners, but they like real small businesses, and they don't have that many employees. So I guess if
What,
you
like grocery stores or convenience stores or what?
um
What are you
mostly
talking?
mostly soul food restaurants or restaurants is what I see, and they might have like a t-shirt shop or something like that. But it's
Mm-hmm.
I don't see like well, it's kind of a smaller city, but I don't see like any black owned firms or anything like that. It's just most
Right.
little shops or restaurants or whatever.
Right. But do you think that and I'm putting this out there, because I wanted to set up both sides and in Chicago, you're right. I've also been a beneficiary of people who looked out for me
Right.
in terms of employment. But I think I think the issue is from what Boyce says is always about again is about that creating that space to be able to start bridging this wealth gap. And is entrepreneurship a way to do that consistently, or not? I mean, yeah, or not? Is it a step in the right direction, or just spinning your wheels and making yourself feel better?
I mean,
You know.
I think it's just. I mean, entrepreneurship. You know, it's a step in the right direction as well. But you
Hmm.
can't just, you can't just say just plain own your own business, entrepreneurship, and the other aspect of working for corporations and things like that, or what he called the white person's plantation. Because in that case, how he promotes his his thoughts and ideas is on the white man's plantation, which is YouTube, which is
Hmm.
Facebook. So we can't entirely, as of right now, we can't entirely disconnect ourselves,
Right.
because he can say that as well, but he's on is certain guidelines and certain rules that you have to follow on the platforms that he used to actually promote himself and promote his business.
Right.
So as of right now, we can't fully disconnect ourselves from it.
Hmm.
But entrepreneurship, it is it's a key factor to gaining wealth. Because
Hmm.
people look at it like you said, the money aspect, but it's not about the money. It's about what you own. It's about land you own, and also it's about like myself. I have my little reptile business, and uh, I guess you could say when around this time, tax season is, I have lucrative write-offs for stuff
Hmm.
I invested in, or electricity I use, or if I travel to reptile shows, I write off my gas, I write off my dinner, and things like that. So
Right.
that's also helped in gaining wealth, by cutting down what you're paying to Uncle Sam. Because I might as well put it in my pocket, or fund it into my business, rather than pay that exorbitant price to Uncle Sam.
Right.
So having the business, it helps on that aspect as well. But as of right
Hmm.
now, can we fully cut off um, everything that's not black? Nah, I don't think we can. You know.
Hmm. Yeah, I know, D-Blaze, you're in school studying this, and you sent me a message about how many write-offs business owners get because y'all were going over that in class.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm in tax class right now. For those who don't know, yeah, I'm majoring in accounting right now. This is I guess, my first real tax class or whatever. But yeah, the rules are for the business owners
Yeah.
when it comes to tax. They got the most advantages. I mean,
Yep.
they can it's like I guess if you got a budget, I mean it's broken down by brackets, and if you don't go over a certain bracket or whatever, you can basically write off anything that you purchase for your business. So basically getting their money back almost, if you want to say
right.
that, like free stuff. So if you
Yeah.
run a YouTube channel and you can show that that's a business, so all the phones and everything that you buy, you probably gonna get most of that back or write it
Hmm.
off. So way you don't have to
Hmm.
pay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean the rules are for business owners, and
Right.
everybody can't. I don't think everybody is in the position to be a business owner because it's. I mean, we conditioned to go to work. and come home. You know, we got to get out of that thinking. It just takes a whole nother person, I think, to be a successful business person. You know, and I'm not all the way there yet. It's gonna take a while for even if I'm gonna get there. And
Right.
I don't think it's about the money either. I look at it as the freedom of not being so stressed out. You know, if you had a job you don't like, I look at that part. I look at, you know, just being a little bit more free than working for somebody else.